And we're good. Hello.
Hello.
My name's Sten. This is Violet. On the couch we've got Insomnia and Kenora. And we're going to be racing A Link to the Past. No major glitches. So I believe, our file name is Ibis. And I think we're ready to get underway, right?
Choker, just checking the file name was Ibis?
That is correct. The final file name was Ibis.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm good to get going. This is a very long run, so we'll just start yapping.
Yeah, do one of you on the couch want to give us a countdown?
Yep, no worries. All right, so starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so we're starting out the run by mashing for like 45 seconds. And yeah, this is the most important tech of the entire run.
This just looks like what Chrono Cross would have been. It's just starting and then just dialogue.
Probably not as much dialogue. This isn't a JRPG.
What?
Look, listen.
See?
Also, I would argue that
Sten with the slight mashing skill advantage. Less pronounced than it was last marathon, but we're getting there.
Ooh, nice. So we are going to be doing a very minor movement optimization called pumping. Basically, when you're moving up or west, so up or left, you can mash directions perpendicular to the direction that you're going to reset your movement to become moving 2 pixels every frame instead of 2, then 1, then 2, then 1. Very, very minor optimization, and it saves maybe 5 seconds across the course of a run if you do it perfectly. But we do it because it's funny to see, like, Sten's like half a second ahead of me, which is not going to matter in the long run, but it is funny.
Who knows? This could come down to like a couple of frames, like Spyro.
I was going to say, did you see Spyro?
I did not.
They finished within like half a second of each other.
Wow.
It was like it was literally determined by who like you could hit the finish button faster on.
Oh my god.
It was ridiculous.
I got pretty bad god RNG.
Mine were relatively kind.
Oh well, it's Sten's game at this point.
So
then,
in this room,
basically.
we're going to be trying to do a basically hit this guard with a spin attack twice, so that we can knock him into approximately the right position and grab the key from him.
Yeah, because spin attacks do like double damage than just a normal swing.
So I want to say it's 3 then 3. Specifically. So Tempered Sword does 4, Gold Sword does 6. So I think a spin is 2 or 3. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Depends who you ask.
Like most Zelda games, the spin attack is going to be like the highest source of damage, especially when you can kind of prepare it leading up to an enemy. Or stab into them and
hello.
get hit.
You normally go for a strat there where you poke him and then spin it, but whoops.
Yeah, I tried to. I'm not good at that strat.
I'm not going to do the regular kill that I normally do because I'm down a heart, and usually I take 2 damage on the ball and chain. So I'm just going to grab a pot and then...
Yeah, I'm going to grab a pot as well. Probably try to go for... The ball and chain guard takes 8 hits with the sword, or
2 pots.
2 pots, or a pot and then 4 hits with the sword.
She talks so much.
And you say this isn't a JRPG. There is so much dialogue in front of me right now.
Imagine if Turbo was allowed for this game. We could do like that we could break this game. This game is very, very broken. It's released in 1991. I can see it on the cartridge right there. So yes,
apparently 2002.
That's not right. That might have been when it was released on Wii Virtual Console. No, that's not even right either.
The Wii did not come out in 2002.
No, it did not. But yeah,
I think 2002 is when the GBA remake came out.
Oh, that might be why. Yeah. But yeah, this game is very, very broken. We're going to be doing, even though this category is no major glitches, we are still going to be doing quite a few glitches, or things that are considered to be glitches.
Just minor glitches.
Yeah, just minor glitches, because this game has so many of them. It's very funny. If you want, you can beat this game in under 5 minutes, and it's very easy.
Yeah, I could...
You basically fall out of bounds and then just kind of walk up through the final boss fight and just into the Triforce room at the end. Within 5 minutes. It's
entertaining.
Yeah, and it's very teachable too. I still remember
I've never done that.
we've shown it off at DreamHack how easy it is to teach. But even just I remember my first time kind of interacting with the game as a speed game. We were just up in a hotel room and we were just all learning from one person. Then we all took turns learning taking the any percent route. It was fun.
The rats.
Yeah, so the rats down here, their movement is random, and they can end up in annoying positions and get in your way.
Yeah, like just then.
So we're basically just trying to escape the castle with Princess Zelda.
The snakes. They're everywhere. I'm terrified. I forgot
that air was really scary.
I forgot where the trigger was, and I just started mashing early. That's why.
Okay,
At least you know I'm not.
Oh, that was the rat I needed. Come back, rat. What are you doing?
Is that you?
I've never seen them go that far right.
Oh, mine went
that
super far right too. I think we got the same pattern. I just killed him because he was in my way. Oh, why do you have to be there?
Yeah, usually you're safe from the bats if you stay there on the left, but they're
safe from the bats, but not the rats.
Yeah. So there's supposed to be an extra dialogue trigger in this room, but if you just walk right out of the door, you can skip it.
Please. All right, don't hold down in this cutscene.
Yeah.
There was a race one time where both of us, at the end of this dialogue, you have to press yes or no, and if you press no, the priest does his whole spiel again. There was a race where both of us said no.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
It was very funny.
It reminds me of Ocarina of Time when the owl would either say did you get all of that, or do you want me to repeat all of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's you have to pay attention to which one is which, otherwise if you say yes or no, it might just repeat.
It's the same concept,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's very funny.
So we're going to be heading over to Eastern Palace now, the first of the Light World Palaces.
So notably, this category is also called No Save and Quit. The reason for that is just because No Save and Quit leads to a much more interesting overworld route, and it gives you access to really interesting movement that wouldn't normally be a thing. If you save and quit, you're just kind of warping all over the place, and it's not really that interesting. So I think because this game is dates back to around the same time that speedrunning started to become a thing. People back then just didn't save and quit, so we also don't save and quit.
Because saving and quitting can, when you load back the save file, you can either go back to Link's house or Ibis's house, or the sanctuary, or a third space once you save an old man. So yeah, you can kind of just. It's very very helpful in randos, especially a lot.
Oh yeah.
Where you just want to go from point A to point B and just warp across the entire map.
We are also going to be doing stair pumping, because stair movement lowers your movement to 1 pixel per frame, but it still retains the 2 pixel, then 1 pixel if you mash left and right. So it's a much higher optimization. It saves a lot more time overall. So that's why you'll see us kind of it might look weird if you've played this game recently, because we'll be moving up the stairs very quickly. Also, I'm going to gain some time here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so our routes diverge. I take much...
Bye.
I'm grabbing an extra 100 rupees here just so I can afford a bottle later.
Don't need them.
Famous last words.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm now just thinking every time they stair pump, the two of us go, pump, pump up, pump the jam, pump it up.
Oh, God.
That's all that's stuck in my head ever since.
I do get bottles. I just do a different rupee route that is technically more optimal, but it's a little bit more finicky. This one is very much just you lose 15 seconds and you get 100 rupees for free. So
Yeah, it means I have to think less, but I will lose time from it.
Yeah.
So some would say almost perhaps a marathon safe strat.
Some would call it that, yes.
What's that?
What's a marathon? I have no idea.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of one.
Does it count as a marathon safe strat when you're out in dying to Moldorm?
What about falling in Moldor?
Yeah, well, that's, same thing.
That's just
you die
included.
on the inside.
Yeah.
Get out of my way.
Oh, I can't wait for Moldor. If ASM taught us anything.
So I'm going to do a quick damage boost here to not have to kill all the enemies in this room. Just like that.
The intended solution is if you kill all the enemies in the room, the anti-fairies will move off the pot, and then you can pick it up and hit the switch, but you can just pick it up
You can just
by
damage
taking
boost
a
in
bit of
that.
damage.
It's like every dungeon in this game has like a quintessential trick of some sort. That's that for Eastern, I would say. Gonna grab the bow here, and that's gonna be our main damage for the rest of the dungeon. So we're gonna have to be managing our arrow count very closely.
And because the, correct me if I'm wrong, the boomerang does a little bit of damage, but it also stuns enemies that you can kind of walk through them. It turns off their damage collision.
Yeah.
Whereas
this
the
game
bow
is-
does it.
The game is weird because the boomerang does actually count as a damage source, but only for certain enemies. So there are some like in Rando, there's a very niche use case. If you have no way to kill a certain enemy, you can boomerang it like 50 times and it'll kill it.
Yeah. Which you don't ever want to have to do, but...
Yep, and these red eyesores here, you have to kill with the bow, which is why we see that arrow spend there.
Very nice.
Gonna collect some more arrows. I wouldn't mind an extra heart, but it's fine. We'll be right. And this is armor, so we're gonna go for a quick kill, hopefully. Oh, okay. Goodbye.
And this is how it's supposed to be done?
Never
mind.
All right.
I was so hoping.
That was hubris.
Yeah.
What we were
I deserve that.
What we were aiming for there was to kill them all before they could enrage whatsoever, and that would just save a bit of time.
Still pretty neck and neck. There is quite a bit of a time after dungeons. So if you have any donations or anything to read out, now would be a fantastic time.
Absolutely. We do have 2 donations that have come through in the recent little bit of time. So we have $40 from PGC Johnny that says, looking forward to today's speedrun of my favorite game of all time and for such an awesome cause. We also have $2 from gamer_olive that says, wow, this rando seed sure is weird. Everything looks exactly the same as vanilla.
What are the chances?
Hi, Olive.
Whoa, the boots were in the... Whoa.
So we're gonna go into the back of Grandpa's hut here and rob him blind.
I can't believe you get the dash.
No,
like,
it's fine. He had bombs in his closet, so like we're just confiscating them.
I can't believe you get dash like 11 minutes in. They copied Hollow Knight.
You would.
Be quiet, Team Cherry might be here.
This time, the
no
Link to the
spin
Past
speed
dev
for
are
me.
going to be in the...
No spin speed for me. You can get a glitch called spin speed, which is basically if you let go of a spin attack on the same frame that... there we go. On the same frame that you start a dash, you are able to walk onto a set of staircase... Hello?
Hi.
Something is happening. You can walk onto a set of staircases or something that reduces your movement to 1 pixel per frame, and then you gain the speed that you would normally have with the boots permanently until you jump off a ledge, take damage, or dash again. So we're gonna go and get the book here because I'm going to the library. I wanna get my reading hours in.
Knowledge is power,
Do you think Link has a Goodreads account?
Yeah, as you can see, the boots are especially quite handy in the run because it, I mean, lets us run. But like getting from point A to point B in just a significantly less time than having to having to
We're also going to do a
walk
very slight
everywhere.
route divergence here because Sten's going to go up and I'm going to go miss spin speed again.
Yeah, what Vi is doing is still faster. I'm just taking a safer route and grabbing bottles now.
I do
bottles
it
and
later
bug net.
because I'm comfortable with the light world dungeons, but I mean, this route has proved Sten is correct many, many times. I just prefer to do it this way. So we're going to go down to the Desert Palace now with the book that we have. Link's learned how to read, and therefore he's going to conjure a statue into thin air.
Yippee.
There was also a glitch discovered recently, like I think last week, for Rando again. If you manage to smuggle a cuckoo from Kakariko Village all the way here, like all the way into the next room, and then start like a cuckoo attack by attacking it multiple times, because there's so many sprites on screen, the statue just despawns. So that's really funny.
I love reading.
Also, there is so much mashing in this run. I don't think I fully appreciated that when
Yeah.
you're streaming it. But seeing it in person and you just like, your entire like right side starts vibrating violently.
My mic doesn't typically pick up my controller inputs because I'm like talking over the top of it, but yeah, it's this game, everyone has a lot to say, and text is super slow.
Same.
For another route divergence here, I'm
My
going.
text is also super
I just tried to quick swap items. So I'm going here and I'm grabbing a couple of fairies. Basically, if you have a fairy in the bottle and you take a death, the fairy will instantly revive you with some HP. It's not-
Depending on how much HP you have. Again, very complicated calculation, but
I think in later Zelda games, it's just like always 8 hearts, I think, right?
yeah, but in this game, it's like one less than your total if you have 6, and then like also not your full health, but like if you're above 10, then it's always 8, but if it's below 5, it's always 5.
Just do quadratic equations in your head, preparing you
I
for
got-
how much health you're going to have.
Got good ball RNG.
But basically, it means that in any situation where I would normally die, I am now going
Yeah.
to be revived, which is useful most of the time for safety's sake, but it does mean, like, there are some times where it would be useful just to take a death.
Yeah, so you
I
can
did
reset
not
your
mash
health
quickly
to
enough
max.
there. I forgot.
I
you couldn't-
also did.
I forgot you couldn't mash with Eleanor for that.
And
My arrows, I didn't pick them up.
something worth mentioning as well is up the top, you can see the amount of keys we have. That tracks the small keys. So those are dungeon unique. So we're going to be getting the ones we need for each dungeon, and that's why we don't like stock up on them to skip faster ones later, slower ones later, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's not like Zelda 1 where keys are just shared across everything.
I'm not going to go for spin speed here.
Spin speed's spooky there because you could just,
yeah,
if
you
you go
just
too
jump off
fast,
the
you can just
ledge.
jump off the ledge.
So we are playing on the Japanese 1.0 version specifically. That's for a couple of reasons. Number one, Japanese text is just faster overall. And also because when SNES games and like games I would say older than like the N64 were coming out, the Japanese version would typically serve as like almost a beta post-release version that has usually quite a lot of bugs in them, which is this one. So the English versions, which are typically released later because of localization, don't have as many bugs in them. So we run on Japanese because there's quite a few exclusive glitches here, like spin speed.
Imagine if just like, this isn't even meant to be a jab, it's just I realized it. Imagine if like a day before PAX, it's just like, oh, we're just gonna like update, we're just gonna patch your SNES cartridge.
What? Who would do that?
No, I realized I'm not trying to make a jab. I realized how it sounded. The joke just, it was in my head. Okay, I love you, Playside. I'm not upset.
I don't have nearly as many arrows as I would like to going to this boss, so I'm probably going to lose like a hefty sum of time.
Yeah, so that's because you didn't grab the arrows.
In order to increase game enjoyment, you must spend 1 hour in every dungeon for the next one to unlock.
Oh,
Is that a jab at me, or is that just...
That's just the patch that they're going to release.
Yeah.
Please. This is horrible. Oh. All right, this is going to take like 10 billion years. This sucks.
There's one down.
Yeah. land maulers it's a tricky fight even if you've got all the arrows you need because
Come on!
it's just difficult to get them to hit properly
that's it.
a lot of the time.
I'm sick of you.
It's bombing time.
I didn't even hit it.
It's not bombing time.
That's fine. That's fine. That's barely gonna hit. Come on! I hate these worms. There's so many worms in this game.
Would you love me if I was still a worm?
It depends. Landmo, Moldorm, no. There we go.
I make no promises.
That fight is meant to be way faster, but I'm bad.
Better than me.
All right, Sten, here's a chance to massively cut into your deficit.
So Sten is going in here with a lot more arrows. Still isn't hitting, I think, as many as maybe would like.
In my defense, this fight is hard.
This fight
I'm not.
sucks,
I'm
and
not
it's
saying
all
it's.
RNG.
I'm not saying it's not. There's one down, second, and third. Very nice.
They've always
Nice.
died around a similar time.
So I'm going to be going for a glitch here called fake flippers. I'll do it first and then explain it, hopefully.
I'm scared because I forgot to make a safety save for if I mess up fake flippers.
I totally messed up the lineup and I got it anyway. That's awesome.
Nice. Basically, you have like a
Yeah.
couple, like a few frames, if that, to
Yeah.
basically transition from the next screen, from one screen to the next.
It's
And-
one frame.
Yeah, one frame. And if you do transition as you're like in that swimming animation, the game will not play like effectively play the drowning trigger because you don't have the item flippers, which would normally let you swim natively.
Yes. So
and you
the
can kinda get to where you need
technical
to.
explanation is that the splash animation that plays when you land in the water has a check to see if you have the flippers or not, to see whether it can put you in the swimming state. But because we transition the screen, we never see the splash, and therefore it just gives us the swimming state for free.
Was that patched in English as well, or?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's JP 1.0 only. And it saves like
Very
15
nice.
seconds
Sten
in
got it
this
too.
run. Well, wait. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, basically, if you get hit when you have fake flippers, you soft lock the game, which would have been very bad.
It happened in a run earlier, and got very scared that it would happen during the marathon, but it's fine. We're all good.
So here's that mountain cave. So now
Ow.
whenever we save and quit, we can return to that little cave there with that old man.
Except we're not going to save and quit
Except
because it's
we're
not
not gonna
allowed
save
in this
and quit.
category.
Exactly.
Please.
We also got the magic mirror from the old man, which can be used to warp out of
There we
dungeons
go.
and in outside of dungeons, so the overworld. It can also be used to delete the pushable blocks, which is really helpful because it allows us to just skip a lot of the block pushing puzzles that they like to force on us.
So you might wonder why I'm not dashing with the old man. Basically,
It's
the
me.
old man, if
Funny.
he's following you, you will only go at walking speed or possibly slower than walking speed.
He doesn't have
even
the
while
boots.
dashing.
Yeah, he doesn't have the boots, exactly.
He's an old guy. Come on. Let me out.
Oh,
I mean, I think you'd want to be let in, would you not?
There we go.
There you go.
I hate those guys. Dead rocks suck.
I think everything about the Death Mountain overworld is just
Yeah.
bad. Like you've got the dead rocks, you've got the random rocks that bounce in and
You've got two
hit
different
you.
forms of RNG to worry about.
You've got
basically.
the bootless old man.
Speaking of RNG, we're now in the Temple of Hera and Tower of Hera
Tower.
even. And the boss of this area is wonderful and consistent, and nobody's ever fallen during it.
I will donate $5 per Moldorm fall.
Oh, so basically I should just fall off repeatedly in order to raise money for charity?
I missed the thing.
Sure did.
That's fine. I'm out of bombs though.
I like how you're passing it off as for charity, Sten. It's like, yeah, I intended
This
to do
is
this
for
charity,
charity,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I get it in now, then you can believe it when I
Yeah.
use it as
I
an
still
excuse.
don't believe it.
Well, now if you don't fall at all, then it's like, oh no, he's locked in above usual gameplay capacity just to avoid donating money to a good cause.
Yeah, you know me.
What a monster.
I hate charity. Oh god, I went to the bottle sub-menu. That was a mistake.
See, that's another issue when you have the wow, that was... I was shocked I killed them there.
Yeah, if you hover, if you go to the bottles in the menu, it opens up a sub-menu where you can switch between all 4 bottles. You don't want to do that because that menu is slow and takes time to open and close.
So that funky key Vi just picked up is the big key. So each dungeon generally will have a few small keys and then one big key door, which you need to go and get to the boss. So you're going to see those throughout the run, and that's why that key doesn't increment the small key counter, because it's a whole different thing.
So what Vi just did to those enemies, knocking them down into the hole, is what we're probably going to be seeing from Sten in about, give or take 5 minutes, if that.
Did you say 5 minutes?
I don't know.
I would
said
hope
give or
it's
take.
not 5 minutes.
I said give or take.
So you're going to be doing a bomb jump here. Hopefully, it's exactly what it sounds like. Put down a bomb, jump over a hole.
Also, look, maybe you fall and then you fall a second time, and the second time will be in 5 minutes. Or
Do I
you
get the low
die.
health? Yeah.
This is why Sten grabs fairies.
This actually isn't why I grabbed
Violet.
fairies.
Oh.
I got mold.
This is why Sten
She's
grabs
an empath.
fairies.
I'm an empath. Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Me an empath? I think someone died here.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
if all
had
of
I-
Vi's friends jumped off a bridge, we know the answer now.
no,
Well, if Vi's friends were a worm, she wouldn't love him anymore. So is she
Look,
really an empath?
If they were Moldorm, I get it. Like, even casually, that boss is hard. And
Shout-
just annoying.
Shoutouts to Colette, who I watched do casual playthroughs of this game, and somehow first tried Moldorm. But,
So what-
She's built different.
So what I just did was the
Yeah.
bomb jump. Basically, you set a bomb down, you get into the right position next to a pit, and when the bomb explodes, it pushes you across the pit.
Saves you having to, I think, like open the bridge, which then activates something
Saves
else.
you
as
having
well.
to go up here,
Yeah.
open up the right hole, and then fall down.
Yeah.
Yep, and so what we just got there was the Moon Pearl. So if you recall back to when we first used,
Here's Moldorm.
first went to the Dark World, Link was like a bunny, or Bunny Link.
It's fine. It's fine. We're good. We are not in the middle
That
hole.
was so close.
If you fall down, if you fall down on Moldorm, normally you end up on the floor below this one.
Yes.
But if you fall down the middle hole,
All right, that's $5.
you know what?
did it happen?
It
Or yeah,
was on the
middle
last
hole.
hit
Or-
too.
Will that happen from Violet? No.
No, so
This is Sten's thing. I'm not stealing. This is Sten's bit. He's never done a run at ASF without
that
falling
count?
down Moldorm.
Does that count?
I mean, it's not Moldorm.
It's not
but I think
Moldorm.
you should still donate. To
All right,
charity,
I'll
so-
still. It'll be 2.5. So, oh, 2. I don't want to donate half it.
I'm sorry for ever doubting your altruism.
it was
So-
on the last hit too.
While we have time, while Sten's walking back up, if there's anything to read up.
We do have quite a few donations coming through. So we have $15 from Fly that says, waited all weekend for this run. ALTP is my favorite game to watch a speedrun for. And we have $5 from Little Crochet that says, good luck, Sten and Violet. Definitely didn't just wake up. Yes! Please put this towards the Black Eagles.
Oh,
Hi, Shay.
why do I play better when it's not a marathon? Get out!
So that is $12.
I want that health, but I'm taking damage trying to get the health.
And that was me.
Okay.
That was me yesterday in Kill Night.
All right,
Trying to get
all
help
right.
and I died.
So I'm starting my little rupee route here. Basically, there are these trees in the game where if I pull on them, rupees will fall out, and how many rupees fall out depends on how many enemies I have killed without taking damage. So if I kill 4 enemies without taking damage and then pull a tree, I will get 80 rupees, which is insane. And we need 120 before we enter the Dark World here. 110 before we enter the Dark World.
There we go. The fun little thing about Moldorm is you might have caught that Sten earlier said Moldorm was on their last hit. Every time you fall, Moldorm's health completely resets.
Yes.
So you not only have to take the time loss of getting back up, but then also have to actually do the whole fight again.
Are you ready? Time for text.
Woo!
Ibis.
The fact that I work in an Ibis hotel, it's throwing me off reading Ibis every single time.
Yeah, unfortunately, Moldorm has given Vi
Ibis.
quite a lead. But Hopefully I can claw some of that back.
I accidentally opened the map.
It's alright.
I tend to open the map when mashing as well.
And Zelda's gonna...
Ibis.
Ibis, help!
I got that.
So here I think is where you would find out after getting the Master Sword that I don't think it would be Ganon at this point. No, it would be.
It's Aghanim.
It would be Aghanim. Yeah, has kidnapped Princess Zelda again.
Again?
Question. Like I'm because I mean she was imprisoned at the beginning. Was that by Aghanim? Yeah.
Yeah, and we got her out, and now she's gotten back.
They went to the one place that they expected first.
So this is where I'm gonna go and grab my bottles. It does not like save or lose that much time. It's still like a time loss to do it any time before you enter the Dark World. But the next two bosses are really, really bad. And especially the one after the next, it just like, he just doesn't die, and you have like 6 health, and he does 2 hits per contact, and it's just no fun. So I'm going to hopefully be able to get a fairy at some point. I don't know when, but we'll figure it out. I'm smart, I think.
Do you?
Oh.
And so the Master Sword, you are doing more damage now, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot more damage.
A lot more damage.
It can now damage Ganon.
True.
Let's go.
With a spin
With
attack.
a spin, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to fight Ganon with just the Master Sword. It is not a fun time, and it would be so much slower for pretty much every boss in the game.
But think of the sense of pride and accomplishment.
Oh.
By that logic, do a low percent speedrun of Hollow Knight at a marathon.
I did that.
At a marathon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did it PAX 2022.
You were on the couch.
Okay, low percent true ending is what I was thinking of.
Okay.
I would have to bring a pillow.
I know.
It is so boring.
Straight up
All right,
smoking it.
guys. So we're going to be killing bees here. Comes back the next day. That's right. We're still killing bees.
We're still killing bees. I love when that was discovered and I realized it added like, what, 6 hours to the run, but like saved a percent or something. Yeah. I love low percents. Anyway, this game.
Yeah.
So with the Master Sword, because I don't believe the original sword did. When you are at full health, you will shoot out like a sword beam.
A Grubberfly's elegy.
Except actually good. God, I hate Grubberfly's elegy.
Hey, it's good if you want to kill a boulder in rando.
Yeah, anyway, let's not go down that path.
Uh-oh.
So
I just triggered all the enemies in the entire room. That was very intelligent of me. That's fine.
At least now you're back at full health. Yeah, and so it's a nice little way to deal. I believe it does do less damage than a sword swing.
Yes.
Still, yeah, but it is ranged, and obviously can be very helpful.
It's the thing is that it's a ranged weapon that does not have a tangible resource behind it other than health.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why it's so powerful, because like arrows are so sparse in this game sometimes, and like.
And the boomerang doesn't work on half of the
boomerang
enemies.
doesn't work. Oh, come on. Bro.
You have a shield.
Yeah, but not on my left side.
That is a bit of an interesting thing, that the shield only really kind of protects you from projectiles from, like, if you kind of get hit on the shield side.
Okay, boomerang.
Yeah, so as someone who played Smash Melee first, I always thought,
Yeah.
Link's shield sucks. It only works if you hit like this very specific spot. And then I played Link to the Past, and I'm like, oh no, this is incredibly faithful.
Yeah.
I got good RNG here. The other strat that you can do in this room just doesn't work for me half the time. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm glad I didn't have to do it. So we are coming up on Aghanim 1 here. This is the first, I was going to say first RNG boss, but that's absolutely not true. Basically, he's a very easy boss. You have to reflect his like magic projectiles back at him. He has a 50-50% chance after the first hit of it being a reflectable ball or it being a blue ball. And the blue ball does no damage.
Yep, so any guesses? I think it can be between 0 and 15, but...
No, it's 8 in vanilla, but
8 in vanilla?
it has glitched before and someone got like 19, I think. but I believe it's 8.
0 and
I thought
8,
it was
or
15, but like,
That's the record, I think.
any guesses on number of blue balls?
I'm
So
going to go with
between
3
0 to 8?
today.
I'm hoping to get 0 because I need
2
to catch up some
I'm a
time.
hater, so I'm
2
going
is the
7.
average.
I was also thinking 7.
All right, so that's guaranteed. Now, everything from here until the 4th one will be a 50-50. Okay. All right, that's 1.
So you're already incorrect.
I said 3.
I thought you said
That's
0.
2.
That's 2.
All right.
I thought
5
Sten said
more.
3.
This one will always be a lightning attack.
Is it 7 across the both of them, or?
I just want one person to
This
get
one
7.
is guaranteed. Yep.
Damn.
All right, now we're on the 50-50s again. Okay, nice.
So 2, 0. 2, 1.
Nice.
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 Okay, so
Okay,
2
I got
for
2.
Violet.
So
Okay.
2 is what you want so that you don't lose time, because like the average, like across all permutations, it should naturally
That's
be
2 for Sten.
2.
Also, it's a 50-50 where you just have to eat the time loss
That's
and
3
basically
for
keep
Sten.
rolling until you get it.
Yeah.
Died
This is rude.
2017,
I'm already
born
behind.
1991. Welcome back, Boulder Spit.
Welcome back, all the spits. So Sten is currently on his 3rd cycle. I got lucky because I was able to kill him before the 3rd cycle, so...
Okay. So
Yeah.
2, 3.
3 is fine.
Yeah.
But
It's not
because
7.
the lightning attack, there's no chance that it can possibly damage him. You never want to see more than 1 lightning attack.
Does Aghanim 2 have blue
You're
balls?
exactly the length of this text ahead.
Yeah.
Does Aghanim 2 have blue balls?
No.
Ah.
He does actually. 2nd and 3rd attacks from the main Aga can give blue balls, but also you've got the other 2, the 2 clones, which will always throw useful shots.
Okay.
So they do happen, but it's not really.
But it's not
important.
impactful
It's
like
less
that one
consequential.
Is.
The most it'll do is hit you out of your sword slash, and then you just like, you can't damage him anymore, and it sucks.
Yeah. Oh, dang it.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, dang. Oh, that's what I should have done every time you got a blue ball.
There's a lot of gambling in this room. And that's
go
why
gambling.
I play it.
I mean, I'm a Hades speedrunner, right? I know about that.
I had to pry the Balatro out of her hands to get her up here.
She's been doing it all weekend. I open up Balatro while we're like waiting for dinner or something, and she just like takes my phone from me. It's so mean.
To be
I
fair,
think that's justified.
Balatro being released on phone, I think, is easily one of the most devilish things.
It was like immaculately crafted to ruin Viant's like
My day
interactions
specifically.
at PAX.
All right, so we're entering the Palace of Darkness here. We just had to give $100 to Kiki, the purple monkey.
$110.
$110 because he's a
I would give $110 to that monkey.
he's a crook. He's a scoundrel,
He's
a
a
mischief
friend.
maker, a troublemaker.
If I asked you for $110 and I was a purple monkey, would you give it to me?
Maybe.
Thank you.
I'd be more
I'm just-
weirded
I'm
out
just
by
go-
the purple monkey that can speak.
It's perfect Japanese.
Oh, instead of having exactly 110.
Oh, nice.
No, I'd already paid the initial 10.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
that's
right, okay.
You
Damn.
pay 10 to get him to follow you, and then you pay another 100 when you get to the door, because he's like, pay me $10 and I'll follow you, and you just don't know what he does.
Okay, if I asked you to pay me $10 to follow me and then I don't tell you where we're going, would you do that?
Maybe.
What if I take you to a dark and ominous spooky tower?
I mean, I do like a dark and
I
ominous.
do like it, and it is October.
True.
So we're coming up on a trick called Hammer Jump. It's a bomb jump again, but it's much more tricky because we don't have the classic lineups that we would use otherwise. So it's pixel perfect, and we've got the floor is disappearing behind us, so it's very precise. We're both gonna go for it. I'll go for it a couple times, but hopefully I just get it first try.
Oh, wait, I need the big key.
You do need the
I
big
forgot the big key.
Oh no.
I need to go over here.
So the first 3 dungeons that we went through in the Light World, it gave us the 3 pendants, which allowed us to be able to basically unseal the Master Sword. And in these next
fairy.
dungeons,
7, yes.
7 dungeons in the Dark World, we'll be getting 7 crystals to...
Okay, that's not good at all.
Oh, wait.
No, I think I'm just going to reset it here. Yeah, that's not going to work. I dropped the bomb upwards instead of to the right. And,
Oh, yeah, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so by just making use of the select menu there to start pause menu.
Nice.
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 Now we have the hammer. But yeah, so I believe Ganon's Tower, or like Hyrule Castle in the Dark World, has like a mystical field surrounding it that doesn't is preventing you from accessing it again. So in order to save Zelda, you need to get the 7 crystals from each of the Dark World dungeons in order to take down that barrier, so that we can fight Aghanim 2, and absolutely that's it.
Sten did the faster version as well, where you throw a second bomb to break the wall so you don't have to wait. I messed it up. I'm also like low on arrows.
I'm low on health, which I'm worried about, but I do have the
You still have our fairy, right?
2 fairies. I grabbed an extra one in when I was at Pyramid.
Yeah.
So I can take 2 deaths here and still be okay, but obviously that would be slow.
Also, something worth noting, the contents of the pots around the map, like those ones there, are consistent. So we specifically have like bombs and safety hearts and stuff like that routed out. It's not just luck. Whereas enemy drops, they have specific things that each enemy can give, but you're not going to get the same thing every time.
It is
same
predictable.
So
Yeah.
it's,
if you know how it works.
I can give you the rundown. Every enemy is set into a block of prize packs, also they're called. So there's 4 different enemy types that drop 1 of 4 prize packs. Each prize pack is basically a list that progresses every time an enemy drops one of the things in the prize pack. So it'll start at index 0, then index 2, index 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. But every enemy, when you kill them, has a 50-50 chance to drop an item unless you kill them with a dash. That's about as in-depth as I'm willing to go into it right now.
And so you can kind of also just see a little bit between them with... Well, as I was saying, Violet had full health and was able to utilize those sword beams to activate things like the switches and whatnot, whereas Sten had to use precious arrows to be able to do that from a ranged. So it can really just kind of help on resources as well as time as well.
That was horrible.
But now that they both don't have full health, they will both be having to utilize arrows and
I had the worst room.
I had a pretty good beetle room.
Why did you not flip? Okay, well, I can take 3 hits before dying here. I have a fairy, but don't want to use it.
Yep,
Yeah.
so what we have to do here is break the mask, which we're doing with our sword here.
Mask off.
You're expected to use the hammer, but I believe the sword's just a bit faster, right?
Yes.
The hammer's also just
Why are you
clunky.
here? Why?
Oh my
Why?
god, that was in a really rough spot.
He never moves up that far. That's great. I should be able to kill him before I die again.
God, he's just
he's
right
up
there.
Yeah, I've never seen him go up that far before.
Oh, it happens.
At least we're pretty synced back up again.
Yeah.
We have some time with both of them, just kind of in this post-dungeon, if there's anything to read out.
Yeah, there's so much text after it.
There's so many donations coming through, so they just keep flowing through. We have $15 from Anonymous that says, when
Wait,
do
it's
we
not
get
even
to see Zelda echoing a bed? We also have $15 from Input Evolution that says, I finally found you, the Ibis trigger. Just a reminder that we do have a lot of, we do have 2 incentives remaining. So if you have put no comment in your donations, make sure you do put a comment in there, because we do have a couple of donations.
Any button except Eleanor.
Left for the last couple of games. So please do check that out and make sure to leave a comment in your donation. Thanks.
Hi, Evelyn.
Yeah, shout outs to Evelyn. Unfortunately, couldn't make it this weekend, but we're all missing you.
Shout out to Evelyn. Gotta be one of my favorite inputs.
So now I'm going to be making my way back to Kakariko via the...
Flute Grove.
Yeah, I think it's the Haunted Grove it's called.
The Haunted Grove in the Dark World, and in the Light World, I think it's just called the Grove.
The Grove.
I thought it was haunted in both, but that could be
Yes,
wrong.
it is my apartment and
Oh, no,
my
it might
haunted
be,
apartment.
because in the Light World, there is a ghost there, so... who gets a
sounds pretty
full
spooky.
character release in Link Between Worlds. They saw this one NPC in Link to the Past and were like, let's make him a character.
Come on, there we go. So if you dash on the same frame you use an item, you can item dash, which has different effects depending on what item you're using.
I love
so
item
with the
hammer.
with the hammer, you can basically have it so the hammer hitbox is out to knock down a bunch of pegs in a row.
Yeah, the hammer dash is really useful. You'll see that used quite a bit throughout the run. Because not only is the hammer, like it saves having to hammer each one individually, but each hammer animation is really slow.
Yeah.
So it's super useful.
All right, don't do an awful blues.
Yeah.
Was my mashing acceptable earlier, by the way?
Yes, it was good.
Okay, good.
All right, and we just get the shovel here, and then we're going to immediately go back to the light world, dig a specific spot, and get the flute.
There's the ghost boy.
Another vanilla check.
Is
So-
Club Who here? Club Who probably knows his name.
So now we
It's
have
Ghost.
the flute, which we can use to fast travel to 8 locations throughout the overworld, which is obviously quite useful for the speedrun. It is also necessary to get to one of the Dark World dungeons, Misery Maya.
His name's Gully.
What?
No one cares about this. His name's Gully. That's his name.
Why?
He's the blacksmith's kid in Link Between Worlds.
But like Gulliver is like right there as a name.
What
Like
am I doing again?
I'm
activating the
speedrunning A Link to the
flute.
Past at PAX Australia 2024.
I got distracted.
Hey, we're in the same place.
Whoa, what a beautiful tune.
For me, it's very discordant.
The flute is really helpful. We have to activate it here by freeing the bird,
The
gully, duck, whatever.
Ever seen a duck
And
fly
then
like
that
that?
serves as kind of a fast travel system that we'll be able to use to travel to like 8 locations on the map, I want to say.
So we're taking a minor
Like I played this game.
we're taking a
I don't
minor
remember.
detour from the actual game in order to come up here and get the magic powder, which is another safety item. It's not strictly necessary to finish the run, but it is just
Very helpful.
very useful.
Also, silly question. In Rando, she stirs that like 100 times faster, right? That's not just an
Oh
emulation.
no, she does it
thing?
here as well.
Okay.
It's just iron. There she goes. Like she does it.
She is cooking.
Yeah.
What's she cooking?
A storm.
Probably just potions.
She's cooking mamas like grandma.
Oh, the guards like me.
So yeah, especially now
I
having
didn't have beams, so they didn't aggro me. That's awesome.
especially having both the ocarina and the mirror, being able to like kind of fast travel between like certain spots, as well as then being able to switch into the dark world on a moment's notice is very handy.
But yeah, I believe this is the first appearance of an ocarina in any Zelda game, which is kind of cool.
And it's not technically an ocarina in this, it's just a
That's
flute.
true. It's just a
Yeah.
flute.
Which it's an ocarina. It's even the same color. Like
It's not the
It's
kind
called
though.
in English. It's called the flute.
It's the flute of Summon Seagull.
Right.
it's the flute of space, not to be confused with the ocarina of time.
Yeah.
Palkia?
Yep.
What are you doing here?
Oh my god.
Is that a
how-
Palkia cry?
Maybe.
Where am I going?
I like. I haven't heard of Palkia cry in years.
No, I got
Oh,
bunnied.
You got bunnied.
You know, it's Dark World.
Banui.
Yeah,
Banui.
so this is what you would normally look like in the Dark World if you didn't have the Moon Pearl. We saw it for all of about 10 seconds, and then we immediately got the Moon Pearl
Yeah.
in the Tower of Hera.
I just really wanted to show people the bunny.
Yeah, yeah.
The bunny.
The very annoying thing about the Banoi, though, unlike real Banois, they can't open up chests or pick up pots or really do anything.
They can if you do a glitch.
If you do a glitch.
There's a
Is
glitch called Super Bunny where
is it a
if you-
minor or a major glitch?
It's a minor glitch, actually.
Okay.
It's just not useful in
yeah.
this run.
Yeah, if you are a bunny in the Dark World and you fall down a pit that leads you into
Oh, this
another
is a
room,
Mess of enemies.
you are able to then pick up chests because the game thinks that you have the abilities of normal Link, which is to say, in a dungeon.
So
Super
if you were to
bunny.
say, be a bunny while fighting Moldorm, and your name is Sten, theoretically you could get Super Bunny pretty easily.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Okay, cool.
You wouldn't be able to like swing your sword or anything.
Yeah.
You'd just be able to like open chests and throw pots, and that's it.
Oh, you can swing your sword in Super Bunny.
Can you?
Pretty sure.
Super Bunny is pretty cool. You could like name a cave after it.
Or something like. Oh,
The cockroaches are...
that was
Do
terrifying.
you have a fairy?
I do.
Okay.
The cockroaches deal...
No, I don't.
Yeah.
You should get one of those.
I'm waiting to go downstairs so I can get one.
Yeah. The cockroaches deal 2 hearts of damage, which is a lot of damage for a cockroach.
They're cicadas, actually.
Okay, the locusts deal...
Those green
plague.
enemies on screen right now.
Shoutouts to Locust.
They actually
we did
reskin the
undercut
rats.
yesterday for you.
Yo, shoutouts Locust.
Yeah, they have the same movement patterns as the rats, and if you...
God, yeah.
Like, technically speaking, if you have a rat in the dark world, it is a locust.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn.
That's fine. There's like 3 more downstairs.
Yeah. So the anti-fairies that we mentioned earlier, with the magic powder, we can turn them into regular fairies, which then we can attempt to catch with our net to store them in our bottles, which is a very handy way to especially turn enemies that like are kind of annoying into safety nets, pretty much.
It's a feature that's actually not mentioned anywhere in the game. It's just like, here's the magic powder. You can turn enemies into funny things with this.
And it turns out one of the funny things is just really
It's
useful.
just really,
I
really
fat
useful.
thumbed the map button. Whoops. That's, what, 1 map open each now?
Who's donating for that?
Also, it's
I
worth,
pointed at me and she was like, no.
it's worth mentioning as well, the meter on the left, that is our mana meter, or our magic meter.
Excuse me.
No, it's called mana in the game.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So what were you saying?
Magic meter?
Yeah. So that our powder uses that, our lantern uses that, and then later on we're going to get like the fire and ice rod, and they're going to use much more, and they're going to be
Why is it mana?
sort of where magic
Oh, he's not
routing
being
that
nice to you.
starts becoming really important.
Mana is blue.
I keep spinning.
Magic, mana, magic, shmana.
Okay, we're good.
Should I do the funny?
So the NPC that we save in this dungeon is actually revealed to be the final boss of the dungeon. Spooky ghosts. It's October.
It's a scripted fight entirely if you hit them the same way every time. So I'm on script right now.
Yeah, I made a couple of mistakes, but it still stayed pretty close to the script until like the end of phase
Oh, that
3.
was almost perfect. I just got hit at like the final bit. But that's like the fastest way you can do it.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
That is, if it goes off script or you don't know the script because it's your casual playthrough, that's a really hard fight.
And if
And
you die
it's armor independent. Even
Yeah.
if you have armor, it
Yeah.
still does 1 heart and 2 heart.
No, it is
Yeah.
not in vanilla.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got a bit of time
Yeah,
for
so here's some more
if
magic.
you've got anything to read as well.
I certainly do. So we have $15 from Yuki Layla that says, GG Sten to falling to Moldong. Keeping the tradition alive for another marathon. Good luck, Vi and Sten. And hi, May and Ken.
Hello.
We
Not you,
also have $100 from Zoomy G that's come through with no comment.
We love Zoomy G.
We love
Zoomy.
Zoomy G, that's true. Thank you for your donations so far. We are AusSpeedruns, so we're a group doing speedrun events to raise money for charity. This event, we're raising money for Game on Cancer, which funds early career cancer researchers in all areas of cancer research. If you'd like to donate, please go to donate.ausspeedruns.com or in person at the runner management desk if you're here. We do have a little jar over there, so feel free to go and check that out. Make sure you leave a comment. We do have some incentives left for Fire Emblem 3 houses as well, so make sure to check that out on our website while you're there.
Yep. And Vi just stealing someone's life savings.
We do a lot of robbery in this game.
In this game.
Yeah, we need
In like every Zelda game.
we need another 500 rupees for to buy the
Reasons.
flippers later. Thankfully, there's just 600 rupees in houses in Village of Outcasts, so you can quite easily get them.
Look, it's Village of Outcasts, also known as the Village of Thieves. So like, we're punching up here.
Yeah, we're stealing from thieves. That's fine, right?
That's fine.
It's like Robin Hood, but if
I don't know if
he was stealing from another Robin Hood.
It's just Robin at that point.
So this is the magic bat. He's going to give us half magic, but the idea is that you go down this well and you powder like this magic fountain, and he's like, haha, I'm going to curse you with the curse that allows you to use your magic twice. Never mind, goodbye.
Yeah, this is another safety item. You need the powder to get it, but it's like magic is a scarce resource, and it's very useful for a couple of dungeons.
Yes.
So why is it magic powder but mana? I hate that.
I don't know.
So I just warped from the dark world back to the light world, or from the light world, dark world back to the light world and back to the dark world again. That's because you need to leave this overworld room before you can go and get the tempered sword from the smiths.
Yeah, there's a few instances in the game where they just are like, come back later, but you can just leave and re-enter the room. There was the same thing with the witch getting the powder from the mushroom. And then, yeah, this as well. So this is the tempered sword, which is the third of 4 swords. Each one is kind of roughly a doubling of damage, right? Yeah. So it's very nice.
And this is the last sword we'll be getting. We won't be getting the gold sword or the silver arrows in this run.
So if we're only getting the third of the 4th swords, but is this going to be a 3-sword adventure?
Zelda 3 Swords Adventures.
Glad you could see where that joke was going.
Robbing $300 from someone else.
Yeah, and he's got a portrait of Mario on the wall.
Yahoo! Wahoo! Speaking of Mamma Mia, shoutouts to the karaoke gang, by the way. All of whom are
on this couch right now.
It was foreshadowing.
So if someone, basically what she's saying is if someone wants to bring us a Long Island iced tea on stage.
There are 2 committee members on stage. We cannot condone that.
Short lagoon iced tea.
That's why I'm allowed to say that.
If they are virgin Long Island iced teas, then maybe.
Is that? That should be fine, yeah.
But then it would be K-Box.
There we go.
It's not about the alcohol content. It's about like the vibe it creates. And Vi's willingness to destroy her vocal cords.
I'm surprised that we all talked a word yesterday. That's the most impressive part about yesterday.
It's not so much I'm surprised Vi was talking. It's just that she sounded not dead. Like, I fully expected her to power through, but...
Yeah.
Hello, this is Hollow Knight.
So,
yeah.
So Skull Woods is a fairly unique dungeon in that it's got several entrances scattered all over the place. So you have to... So we go to the second entrance, basically. Where is this fairy going? I kind of want this health. Thank you.
And so...
She went on an adventure.
Vi just did a bomb jump over to get the fire rod, which saves a bunch of time. And then to get back, she just dashed into a wall, and that, like, bump back put us back over the ledge, which is really nice because bomb jumps are much trickier as opposed to just running into a wall.
Yeah, the intended route there is that you fall down a hole, and then, like, fall down a hole. That's not the right item. Fall down a hole, pull a lever, and then a whole, there'll be a long cutscene of a wall moving out of your way, and then you can get the fire rod.
Yep. And
I love the face this thing makes.
The fire rod is really good. It is kind of our first big thing that we're going to be going out of our way to be spending mana on. The Mothula boss that's coming up is susceptible to the fire rod. It is kind of janky, the way it takes damage and how spikes interrupt it taking damage, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, basically,
quite literally.
Mothula's not coded the best, so like, if you hit him into the spikes, he just won't take damage at all. That wasn't quite into the spikes, thankfully.
Basically, the reason why that happens is because he's coded to take no damage from spikes, which means if you hit him into spikes, the damage that you do is overwritten with the damage that he takes from the spikes, which is 0.
Which is 0, yeah.
There you go.
And you can even kind of see there, like, Sten being as low mana as he was with the half cost reduction as well. So really that
nice.
Very nice.
I would not have had enough magic.
Yeah. No, mana. We've established this. It's mana.
Yeah. I would not have had magic for that fight. Had I, which is not strictly necessary, but it's it can be useful to hit him with a firewall shot in order to get him away from the spikes, because it'll bounce him off the wall a bit.
And as is tradition at this point, we've finished another dungeon. So if there's anything more to read out,
Choco, go.
All right, we have $5 from Autosaurus that says no comment. We have $25 from the other Toby that says down with cancer. And we are raising money to obviously hope to find cures for cancer. So we're raising money for Game on Cancer. So it is a great cause. Please do feel free to either donate here in person if you have some spare cash on you, or go to donate.ausspeedruns.com. We do have the Fire Emblem Three Houses incentives that are still here as well. And any Twitch revenue that we receive throughout the event also is given to charity as well. That includes bits and subscriptions as another way to support Game on Cancer. So if you have subscribed or given some bits in the Twitch stream, that will also go towards the cause as well.
where can one get one of these fantastic pins, Choco?
Well, Kenora, that would be... That would be because we are participating in the Penny Arcade Pin Quest, which is available over at the runner management desk. I think they're also available over in the hallway as well. Yeah, but you can, if you're here nearby, you can actually just go right around the corner over there to our runner management desk and buy one of those pins for yourself.
In fact, I'm wearing one right now.
Oh, they're very cute. Yeah.
I am.
Someone's letting the team down, and it's not me, Violet, or Sten.
Wow.
Wonder who it could be.
Sorry, I've been too busy spending time with friends.
And not supporting charity?
Losing
well, normally
in Mahjong?
I would just do it during my run management shift. Hey.
What did you say?
Losing in Mahjong.
That's
went.
the map button. I'm
oh,
at two
that's
maps.
three. That's
Look,
3 total.
I felt bad beating you at everything else, you know.
I got such a perfect catfish wake up.
Yeah, that was really good. I did, by the way, see your magic mirror into a wall on the way
They
out
both
of the,
did.
Both of us
They
did.
both
Wait, you did that too?
in the exact same spot. I'm pretty sure after Violet watched you do it.
But I think you were laughing at your own.
I was laughing at Kenora laughing at me.
Violet, I'm pretty sure I think saw Sten do it.
And I was like, yeah,
And
that'd
then
be
did
awesome,
the exact
actually.
same thing.
Yep. So now we're heading up to King Zora, who is going to give us the flippers.
Yep.
Yeah, this is why we grabbed that money in Village of Outcasts, and thankfully it's just it's nice that the game gives you a very quick easy lots of money.
And unfortunately, we do need the flippers to complete the game. While we can get into the Ice Palace without needing the flippers, the Swamp Palace hard requires them, so...
Oh, no, I need to go this way.
If we can figure out a way to get around that, it might save time, but it would probably be just classified as a major glitch anyway.
Yeah.
Man, hearing 2 sets of waterfalls right now in game is... Why are they so loud?
We'll be done soon.
Why are they so loud?
It'll be over soon.
The rest of the game isn't this loud, but those waterfalls
Get out
are.
of here, King Zora. Yeah, thankfully I don't have fake flippers because that would have been a soft lock.
Is there any benefit to spinning as the bird catches you, or is it just...
Everyone always asks me that, and I just say I just do it because it's fun.
I see it so frequently, and I always,
There is a benefit to dashing into the bird. It saves 3 frames every time you dash into him, but it's also quite precise, and I don't care about 3 frames.
Again, if Spyro has taught us anything, those 3 frames could...
It's a 2-hour run, and people are looking for frame saves. It's this game is so optimized. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So coming up soon is going to be another bomb jump. It's a bit of a different setup to...
It's another very tricky one.
Other bomb jumps we've done. Yeah, it's probably the trickiest of the bomb jumps in the run.
But it's more required than Hammer Yump.
Yeah,
it's
this one...
tricky to bomber, jump to bomber, jump
This one
to
basically
bomber,
lets
jump
us
to tricky.
skip the big key of this dungeon and skip a bunch of backtracking. And it'll be coming up in a couple of rooms' time.
It is pixel perfect and also depends on your subpixels. So, yeah. It's
I love subpixel tricks. I don't.
Were you lying?
Oh,
I would
need
never
that
lie
key.
on the internet.
Come back. I need that key.
Well, you're not on the internet. You're in.
Yes, we are. It's called twitch.tv/.
You're actually on the couch.
Okay, I think there we go.
Alright.
That should be lined up right. There we go.
Very
get my brain.
nice.
Basically, this allows us to get in here while having the switch. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait because I'm scared of the fire bar. It's not gonna hit me now. Yeah.
That should be it. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm also scared of the fire bar, so I'm gonna wait again.
That's
'Cause
really
it's very
impressive.
easy for it to hit you with
Violet
the
is
hole.
not scared. Violet is scared of the firebar.
That's scary.
I'm going to do something cool, though.
Nice.
Oh, that is cool.
I get it, because you're in a cold dungeon.
We should make you donate for that.
Violet
That
or
was
me?
a really nice spin. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it only works because you're in ice physics, so
You're in ice physics.
do a bunch of sword slashes and then dash.
Getting into those staircases, by the way, on ice, sucks.
It's so hard.
yeah.
Normally, when
Why did they do that?
Normally, when you enter that room, the switches would be round the opposite way, and you wouldn't be able to just fall down here and walk to the boss.
Right, so I'm getting ahead of myself.
Cold stare.
It will be cold stare.
Soon.
The fact that like we're this far in and like it's still pretty close, and like anything could still be anyone's game is.
I'm going
still
to
very
save
impressive.
some time here as well because I go for a quick kill and
Yeah.
Sten does not.
You're going to save some time if you hit the quick kill.
Even if I don't hit it, it still saves time.
But yeah, obviously Fire Rod, really good here. You need fire damage to break the initial ice, and then you can just use whatever you want. We want to get them stacked
basically
up
got it.
here.
Very nice.
Very good.
This is my favorite Kirby boss.
I haven't played Kirby.
For some reason, I decided to Fire Rod after the spin, but if I just slashed like you're meant to, I would have killed him like 10 seconds ago. It's fine.
And then we have more
And
mashing.
then we have more mashing and more time if Choker has anything to say.
We do indeed.
Giving
We
you
still
time.
have donations coming through. We have had so many during this run, they just keep coming. All right, we have $40 from Anonymous. That says no comment. And we have $15 from Anonymous. That also says no comment.
Thank you, Anonymous.
However, if you were one of these anonymous donors, I would recommend that you pop down a name for the Fire Emblem Three Houses main character name incentive, or put towards one of our three houses house bid war, because we do have $5 currently towards the Black Eagles on the house bid war. There's also Golden Deer and Blue Lions that you can put them towards. Or for the name, we currently have Mel Wright. Just be careful because we do have a maximum 8 character limit for this one, so keep that in mind. Check out the incentives and absolutely donate to this wonderful cause.
Can't believe you didn't
Fear the
dash
deer.
to the left. You should save those 3 frames, Violet. Do it once for me.
What am I doing?
The dash.
Super speed?
You can't do it on
No.
that island because the
Spin
island's
speed.
not long enough.
Oh, okay.
Any spin speed hitters?
I'll do it again here.
Pump up the jam. Pump it
There we
up.
Hey, first time for everything.
Can't get in the warp though.
Come on, it's
Oh,
not a...
fair.
That's a bonker.
Oh,
So here we're gonna read again.
You're gonna read a book and then the statue's gonna explode. Ooh.
This is what happens when you read.
I take it back. I don't like reading. I don't want to read anymore. If things exploded around me as I read,
I don't know, that would be
There's
kind of cool.
so much flashing in the vanilla
It would make
version of this
libraries
game.
very scary, though.
Pardon?
It would make libraries very
it
scary.
would make. Imagine if any time anyone rented a book from a library and
go.
just lightning comes down.
I saved 3 frames and then forgot where I was going and it didn't matter anymore. I need to go and get the ice rod.
Yes. You can get that after the thing if you want.
You could have done it there.
You don't need to
could've.
do it now.
I'm
Violet,
going to do it now
Violet
because
hates
I'll
me.
forget if I don't do it now.
Yeah, so this is just a quick detour to grab the Ether Medallion, which we will need to enter Misery Mire, and the Ice Rod, which we will need to fight Trinex at the end of Turtle Rock.
Speaking of Fire Emblem, Great Ether.
Huh?
Yeah, the ice rod is kind of just worse than the
Ignore
fire rod, but it is required for Trinex.
It does actually damage the same enemies though, funnily enough.
Yeah. Wait, does it damage cold stare?
No, actually, no. You're right. That's the one exception.
Misinformation.
I love spreading misinformation over the internet.
Of the internet?
Over the internet. I could spread it about the internet.
The internet was invented in 2002.
The internet was invented by John World Wide Web.
It was actually invented by John Speedruns.
No way.
John World Wide Web was just his maiden name.
Please, John World Wide Web was my father. Call me HTTPS.
Yeah, grab the bombs there. They're not strictly necessary,
Ooh.
but nice to have a few extras around.
I got a really spicy warp.
And so there's the block delete with the mirror that I was talking about earlier on Vi's side. So normally you would have to do a certain set of pushes to get the chest, and then a certain set of pushes to open the water here. This lets us just do it all in one trip. It's
Nice
really
one.
nice.
Yeah, we don't strictly need that chest in the run.
It just,
But
it's nice to
It's a
have
nice
bombs.
bit of safety that doesn't take much time. It probably wouldn't be worth doing if not for being able to mirror block delete and get it in one trip.
Get over here. So this is Swamp Palace. Unfortunately, this dungeon, while you can skip a lot of it if you have the right items, they're not legal in this category, so we do have to do it normally. And Vanilla Swamp sucks. It's so long, and there's so much water, and water's so slow. And this dungeon feels like you're swimming through glue, and it's like an hour in.
And something to note about this dungeon as well, it really shows kind of the game's age a bit, but it was quite ahead of its time because the boss of this dungeon is actually the DVD screensaver.
Yeah. Yeah, only 5 years before DVDs were invented.
Yeah, ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Also, this is completely unrelated, and we can switch topic back at any point. But was it called the screensaver because it had that constantly moving image to prevent like burn-in on?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, I'm so smart. I'm only just figuring that out now.
Yeah, you're
learning
you're
with
young
Meng.
enough to not have needed CRTs when that actually mattered.
Yeah, we had a CRT, just like...
Hey, I played my copy of Super Mario Galaxy 2 on a CRT.
Why?
Thank you very much. Because we didn't buy an HD TV for ages because we didn't need one.
I mean, I don't remember having... I mean, I guess I did.
And
like,
Mario Kart Double Dash. Thank you very much.
Okay, Boomer.
Best Mario Kart game.
I don't think you can legally say that towards Violet.
She has way more, like, Boomer gaming or media, like, knowledge than me.
So
Okay,
very
but 1 is still
small-
bigger than 0, but like...
Very small
I grew up touching
optimization
grass.
is that when we push the thing to let the water like flow out of the wall, if you grab onto the wall, Link's shield disappears, which saves like
game.
5 lag frames.
Yeah, you can also make Link's shield disappear by accidentally taking damage from a skeleton, which I did. So I did it in the like knocked back animation on the first one in the dungeon.
Yeah, I forgot we don't have Samaria for any of this.
Yeah, I mean, you could still get some, like, it's possible in vanilla to get it, but, like, dive down clipping is just not legal.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah, not
So
in
they have
NMG.
different NMG rule sets.
Yeah, that's why I like the random rule set so much. Because it's different.
Wow. No icebreaker, no diver down clipping.
Yeah, that's why this dungeon sucks in vanilla. It's so bad.
But at least we get the hook shot now.
True. The best item in the game.
Hookshot has a fun little quality too that I'm sure we'll see plenty, where during the animation of it, Link can't be damaged.
Yes.
So you can often just kind of like avoid attacks that are absolutely supposed to hit you by just using the hookshot. It also, you can like latch onto things with the hookshot and take Link towards them far more than what I consider. Like I wouldn't consider skulls to be like.
They're skull pops.
Yeah, like I wouldn't consider skulls to be something that you could latch onto and drag yourself towards, but it's very helpful
It is very helpful.
and probably necessary.
So normally you're meant to pick up this pot, but if you menu to the hammer, you can just break it and then...
You can pick it up while the statue's on top of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think Sten just did.
I'm learning something new every day. Okay, good RNG on that. That jellyfish can like go in electricity mode and just like end your dash. It's so unfair.
I tend to just
Electric
hook shove it out
jellyfish?
the way.
Where have I seen these?
Super Metroid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe they both ripped off Umu.
You know,
It's over for Nintendo.
the game that absolutely came out first.
Yeah, well, the genre is called the Hollow Light.
You're right. You're right. So anyway, Sten's fighting the boss.
Yeah, this is the aforementioned DVD screensaver.
What's his name?
DVD screen.
DVD screensaver.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
His name's
Oh,
Argus.
nope, I didn't kill him quickly enough to
Wait.
avoid DVD screensaver.
Is that Argus? Who's the
Yarr.
one that's like a blob, shoots the lightning, has all the eyes?
That's
Vitreous.
Vitreous.
We'll be seeing
yeah.
Vitreous in a few minutes.
Yarr. He's a pirate, that's why.
I'm gonna have to take your word on that one.
You just do 2 spin attacks. There we go.
There we go.
We didn't get to see him become the DVD screensaver.
Sten
I think
did.
Sten did. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Just had to show that off.
See, Sten cared about like interacting with the commentators and proving me right, whereas Vi's just being greedy and going for speed.
Sten also has currently, and I say currently for a good reason, has currently raised $12 whole in this round
Yeah.
for charity. My favorite thing
Greedy
about
speedrunners who want time save versus speedrunners who give commentators their day of fun.
my favorite thing about Moldorm is that there's a Moldorm 1
Yeah,
and then a Moldorm 2.
True.
true. Except he's kind of a pushover, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You
because
say that, and
when
yet,
when we have the tempered sword, you can kill him in 1 hit and a spin.
Yeah.
Which
and
is
yet,
what we're trying to do. But
and yet last time I think. Oh no, you probably didn't have tempered during the rando, did you?
no, we did.
Oh.
We definitely did.
Okay, and he still fell down.
Sten's just built
Excellent.
different.
We had tempered sword
I'll donate $10 if you fall to Moldorm 2.
because it's 2, so it's times 2.
Yeah, exactly.
So now we're heading to Misery Mire. This is one of the other reasons we grabbed the flute, because we just needed that to get here. And that's why we grabbed the Ether Medallion, because we needed to enter the dungeon.
Yay! You saved 3 frames, now you're gonna win the race.
There is also like quick warping in this game that saves like 15 frames every time you do it, but I don't know how to do it, so
I know the lineup on some of the warps, but not all of them.
yeah. Otherwise, they're effectively RNG if you don't know the lineup for it. Also, this rain is so loud.
Oh yeah.
Come back. Why are you over there?
Alright, so Sten didn't get Maya 2. Second room in Maya has a it's a very big room, but you can one cycle it, so it's a strat called Maya 2 because it's the second room in Maya. I'll give it a shot.
The cycles are based on the whiz robes,
With
which
robes reappearing, yeah.
appear and disappear.
One of my favorite things about speedrunning is that there will be, like,
I messed it up.
the names of skips will either be Mire 2 because it is in the second room of the Mire, or like Blingus Blangus because reasons.
The Scrungler.
The Scrungler skip, yeah.
The Grungler skip. Shout out to the Grungler.
Like named after the runner, named after the area that it's in, or just some random words that I can't say without getting in trouble.
I mean, I do believe that there was a movement tech in Sonic Frontiers called Hitting the Gritty, but I'm not like 100%
Yeah,
sure on
I mean, there was a trick last night at ODST called the Tony Hawk skip, where you ride a mongoose and you like grind the rail for a bit and to save some time. It was great.
That's awesome.
There's a room
also
in Hollow
really
Knight just called the bathroom because the person who found the optimal strat for it in any percent was like ended up taking a 2-year break from the game because he was renovating his bathroom.
Yes, we speedrunners are a serious.
Yeah. Look, what's the point of speedrunning or having a hobby if you can't commit to the bit a little?
Shout out to the skip that Clubhoo accidentally found during ASM.
Oh, yeah.
That avoids you getting stabbed and thus was named Heinlein.
That The lumpy pumpkin.
Shout outs to the lumpy pumpkin.
Do we get pumpkin soup in this speedrun?
No.
think
There are
this
no
game
pumpkins
has
in this
soup.
game.
We're not gaming.
I mean, you can like magic powder some of the enemies and they like turn into a little blob that kind of looks like an unripe pumpkin.
Is it lumpy?
It bounces around. It's kind of lumpy.
It's kind of lumpy.
We need a lumpy pumpkin block next year, and it's just a bunch of games that have like pumpkins in them. So it's like that. It's like Terraria beating pumpkin or something. It's just a whole bunch of stuff like that, like Stardew Valley
Oh, I
getting
got
a
good
pumpkin.
And Club Who and Sio just like
They're just commentating.
you're like commentating it, but like in like a casting format.
Yeah, they're doing the like shoutcasting.
Yeah, they're
esports
shoutcasting
commentary.
for just all the lumpy pumpkins.
All right, so this is the Canis Maria,
It's the game.
which, if you're playing in the rando rule set, lets you do a bunch of cool skips and tricks.
It's
and
also
it's really
by
fun.
far the most broken item in the game
Oh, yeah.
in terms of glitches, but we won't be seeing that today.
Yeah,
They're too major.
which
They
is
are
a
a little
shame
too major.
because it's used for my favorite trick in the game,
What's that?
Icebreaker.
I don't
It
remember.
is
I
a
forgot.
really big skip in Ice Palace, and it's really cool.
Yeah, you can clip through a wall.
Oh. Oh, actually, I think I do. Yeah,
I think we did it in.
Yeah, you did. I was popping off.
I don't remember anything about those ASM runs. I was running off like 26 hours of consciousness.
no.
I don't remember anything.
So we're coming up to Vitreous.
There's not much really to say. It's just going through a dungeon.
Yeah, coming up to Vitreous, who's the boss of this dungeon.
We don't
Basic-
have the cape for this, damn.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, so we'll be just basically damage tanking on the floor. The upper half of the floor
Has a hitbox.
deals you damage, but less damage than hitting the eyes does. So it's Oh, missed that one. Okay, that's a little worrisome. But
got a fairy.
if I don't get lightning, should be fine.
I will hopefully be doing the same now.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
Oh, nearly.
Yeah,
The
so-
spin depends on how the eyes move specifically, so it's a little bit RNG, but like it's consistent 90% of the time.
Yeah, so Samaria, despite being the item you get from Misery Maya, is used for one thing in Misery Maya.
But it is required. It's not like soft required, it is actually required.
Yeah, NMG Samaria is like,
Boring
what is my
as hell.
purpose? You hold down buttons, and then you get to like glitched Samaria,
Oh,
and
we
it's
do
just
have.
like
I
insane.
do go for one really cool Samaria dash that Sten doesn't go for in the next dungeon.
Oh yeah.
how much time does that save?
3 seconds? Maybe.
Huge.
Could be anyone's game.
We are very close.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want to be too mean.
We do have some downtime here as well. If we had
Yeah.
anything, we might.
Yeah, I'm just going to be running for a while.
We have so many donations coming in at the moment. So we do have $15, not to bring back up the DVD screensaver conversation, but we have $15 from Kate Latte that says, actually it was a screensaver because it helps save a screen transition every time you turn the console back on. And we also have $5 from Little Crochet that says, let's make the three houses name Ibis.
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 And we do have a lot of donations coming through, so we will read some of those later. But if you do have any
I think you've still got
donations-
plenty of time.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll read
We're
one
going to be
more.
running for a bit.
I'll read one more. We have $30 from Emily Jean AU with no comment. We do have 2 incentives left for the marathon. So we've got the Fire Emblem 3 Houses main character name, which currently Mel Wright is in the lead with Ibis following behind. Then we have the 3 Houses House Bid War, so make sure you do check those. I am updating them as we speak because we have a lot of donations coming through for those at the moment. Make sure to put those in your comment if you make a donation so that we can update them accordingly.
They call me they because I'll never be Fire Emblem.
Damn, I'm low on arrows.
Oh,
You're
wow,
doing
you
it
are.
me.
Doesn't matter for this dungeon, but I will need
Oh, please don't do it. Okay.
I will need a fair few in Ganon's Tower. So
Yeah, so this will be the final dungeon that we go through before heading to Ganon's Tower to fight Aghanim and definitely no one else.
Yep.
He's just a big fan of Ganon. The Ganon's not going to be the
That's
emperor.
actually his lore, yeah.
Yeah.
He just really likes Ganon.
He just thinks he's a cool dude.
Yeah, and he's like, I
He
love
thinks he's
Ganon
neat.
so much, I want to bring him back from the dead. Dead.
Bit of a parasocial relationship.
I mean, doesn't Ganon like kill Aghanim the moment he gets revived?
Sort of. They're like merge.
Oh yeah.
He like becomes the host.
Yeah.
So I use the hook shot there to fall down, so I don't have to do a big loop around that entire room on rails.
Yeah. And
It
this
saves a lot of time.
This is where you can really see that that hook shot giving you just complete iframes while the world around you keeps moving on these like spiky roly-polies. Very, very handy. It's also handy in bosses as well, especially in, say, Rando, where you can potentially get the hook shot quite early. You can just kind of stay safe.
Yes. I could have used that health. So in the next room we have everyone's favorite Zelda enemy, Chain Chomp. Oh, I was late on that. I walked into that.
They do so much damage.
They do
it's
so much damage.
insane.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning we still have the green mail at this point, so there is 3 tiers of armor, each one about halving the damage you take, and we're still on the default one. So by now, all of the enemies, they're expecting you to have like an armor
Blue
upgrade.
mail.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't find red mail, which is the best armor, until Ganon's Tower.
Oh, I didn't get the fairy drop. It's a 50-50.
Yeah, so from now until because we do get the red mail, I believe.
That's another safety, and
It's
we
a
will
safety.
be doing it.
Yeah.
It loses like 20 seconds to get it, but like doing it without it is basically doing a hitless Ganon, and I don't want to do that.
Does the effectively quarter damage only happen if you also have the blue mail, or does it like?
No, you in the vanilla game, it's basic like you just
skip.
You only have one.
If you just skip a step, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so from now until that point, enemies are going to be hitting
Lasers.
like a truck.
yeah, that laser I think was 4 hard to hit,
Yeah.
and I took 2 hits there.
Oh, and so just like
Give
that,
a fairy,
that's
right?
3 hearts immediately on just like
Yeah.
a fodder enemy.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Vi having the bottle there.
I have 2, I think. Oh, okay. You know
Temporarily.
what? I hate you, and you should burn.
Yeah, cool interaction there. Normally you would like kill each segment and then the head. With the fire rod, they just die.
You normally do a spin attack because the idea is that you get 2 segments with 1 spin, and then he jumps back into the spin, and then you get the other 2 segments, but pokey me.
Come on.
Also, my
But
favorite.
luckily, there's fairies right here.
My favorite Link to the Past enemies, Pokies from Mario.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like half of these enemies are just
Yeah.
like from Mario.
Yeah. I don't know what they were doing here, but it is Total Rock and like Bowser.
Yeah.
It's the can I copy your homework? Yeah, it's changed it up a little. Even the enemies that like flip upside down when you hammer them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of legally distinct Mario ripoff.
Alright, I'm sick of
Oh
you
yeah,
two
because
already.
Nintendo definitely couldn't get the the Mario IP for this.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds a bit above their pay grade.
They had to ask
Oh, that's
really
the wrong
nicely.
way. I went the wrong way.
Don't
Where
do
do I? Okay, this is fine. We go. Oh, this is.
No.
No, I've made an error.
You have become Arrow.
That's fine. I'll make it work.
Has become Eric
Going on an
Destroyer
adventure.
Fest.
Look, you're just giving Violet a chance to catch
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Okay, so that's where I was supposed to go.
Very
Hit that
nice.
switch to open the door.
So one of the things I did there was I stood on top of the pillar as it went up, and that gives me iframes. Okay. That's fine. Are
By
you gonna...
having to be a little careful here with health.
You say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about it?
She knows how many hits she's gonna take.
Yeah.
Are you gonna take the safety cave?
Nah, I've got 2 fairies. I'll be fine.
Yeah, alright.
Are you gonna take the safety cave?
Nope.
You've got a safety fairy, you'll be fine.
How many fairies do you have left?
Oh, 2. I thought
Didn't you just use one?
I picked up another one.
Oh, okay. I'm blind.
Oh, free magic.
Ah,
Yeah, those lasers
You have one.
ouch.
they do 4 hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So coming up here is Trinex. Named that because he has 3 heads.
Wait,
He's actually named that
I'm gonna do
because-
my cool. I'm gonna do my cool Samaria dash. Wait,
I'm watching.
you drop it here and then you go.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's real neat.
What? How did I... I'm sure I had another hit on him.
If I can do this damage list, that'll save me a lot of time.
So you got to get rid of the 2 side heads.
Yeah, with the like, opposite.
Yeah. There's a fire and an
And
axe
so
head.
now he'll go down, wrap around to the
very
left, and then he
left.
has weird movement.
How much damage does he do? Is it 3 or 4? 4. That could be a problem. Okay,
All
we're
right,
good.
nice. Yeah, so as soon as he's done the wrap around, then the movement starts getting a lot harder to deal with. So you really want to just get everything done while it's easy and predictable.
So what? After the once he enters the second phase, the violets in, you're supposed to only be able to hit him in the center. But before that center bit becomes vulnerable, you can just hit him in the head instead.
And I don't believe that after this there might not be. So this will probably be
Last donation opportunity.
yeah last donation opportunity.
Yeah.
Probably the best time. Yeah.
Yeah. Got a
Absolutely.
while if you got plenty to read.
I do. I have a couple. I have a couple.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to start off with $10 from Rachel, who put it towards the Golden Deer incentive for
Fear the deer.
Fire Emblem. $5 from Anonymous, who put it towards Golden Deer as well. And then $10 from Anonymous that put it towards the Black Eagle. So now they are currently neck and neck.
Ooh.
So this will be truly a bidding war. So keep an eye out on the incentives as they are getting updated, and do support this wonderful cause that is Game On Cancer, because we are raising money to cure cancer and support early career cancer researchers in all stages of their cancer research. You can go and donate via our website at AusSpeedruns.com. Donate.AusSpeedruns.com. Or you can donate in person here, as many people have done so far. Make sure to pop a little comment in there and check out the incentives as well. We also have our pins that we can find over at the runner desk as well. Can't we, Kenora?
Yeah.
So do check
appreciate
those
you,
out
Becca.
as well. They go towards Cure Cancer Australia as well. Yeah, thank you.
Also, it must feel so bad being a Zelda boss and getting killed by a bin chicken.
Imagine being a many age-old demon zombie thing. Probably going to be killed by a bin chicken.
Just the worst bird. I think that's fair.
Or just killed by a hotel. Like, it could be either or.
I think the hotel's infinitely better than, like, the bird ibis. Like, bird tier list, like, ibis, F tier, all day.
How did you miss that second hit?
I don't know.
That was like dead on, and
Yeah,
it just
well,
did.
this game is dumb. I always mess up this room. I'm gonna try not to do that. There we go.
Nice.
Never mind.
Nice.
I failed again.
Yeah, utilizing being able to hook shot to blocks and to use the boots to like kind of cross gaps. Ganis Tower has a lot of like fun little movement.
I
and such.
don't... Okay, I might be wrong on this, but I think there is actually one intended use of bonking over a gap, and that is in this dungeon to get the fairies.
Yes.
But otherwise, it was very much not an intended mechanic.
It is very useful though for potentially dodging damage. Or,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I've
Violet
come in
just-
here because I was I remember there were arrows in there and I need arrows.
Oh, there are arrows there?
Yeah, there's a pot with 5 in that teleport. Normally you can just
You still
bonk
had
over the top of
2.
that teleporter.
Should I do that then?
You're
I'm
probably-
on 9.
You're probably
I'll be
right.
right.
You'll be
I'll be
right.
fine. But yeah, you just
Yeah,
like
I was-
bonk over it like this.
Very lacking in the arrow department.
And we're going to bonk over another gap to skip an entire puzzle here. Just grab this. Bonk.
There's a hidden walkway which you're supposed to use the fire rod to reveal, but you can just bonk over.
Wait, what? You can use the fire rod to reveal it.
Yeah, you have to light up a torch.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I guess
yeah.
you can do lamp as well.
So, as we kind of starting to see here in Ganon's Tower, we're getting a bit of a rehash of a bunch of the Light World dungeon bosses. So here we have almost...
You can see approximately what a quick kill of this boss is supposed to look like.
There we go.
Very nice.
You can avoid,
Get in the door.
You can avoid the... If you kill the last two in quick succession, you avoid the last one getting aggroed and having its health reset.
You get silver arrows in the Dark World, like before you enter Ganon's Tower.
Right.
Basically, in order to beat this game, the game expects you to have silver arrows in order to damage Ganon in the 4th phase. However, you can skip that requirement by using a very well-timed spin attack. So that's a trick that we call Silverless Ganon. That is a minor glitch, and it is allowed for this run because it saves an obscene amount of time. And it's really cool, in my opinion.
Silver arrows can, though, really help speed up the Armos rematch as well.
They do. They kill every Armos in one hit.
Yeah, it's especially in like randos. If you get, by the time you have silver arrows, it's so quick.
Okay, haven't quite got that room right.
Right, so these guys, they actually mirror your movement. I don't know if we will see it, but you might see us grabbing a wall, because then we can still input directions and they will move but will remain stationary, so you can use that to do things like stacking them up or just getting them out of the way so we can get to where we've got to go easily.
You can also do that just by holding out a spin near a wall. Or there's a few ways of manipulating their movement to your advantage.
Yeah, the main way that we use it in the run is by slashing your sword, you move like barely anywhere at all, but it continues to read your inputs even though you physically are not moving.
Yeah.
There's that bonk that is possibly intended, I'm not sure, but there it was. Goodbye.
Oh, you're not grabbing the fairy?
Don't need him.
Come on,
I got two.
need to throw this at you. The enemy movement in this can be erratic.
Erratic and rude. We're only like one room apart.
Also, they love putting conveyor belts. It's just like you take a normal room and then you fill it with conveyor belts.
It's either conveyor belts
or
ice physics. Or both.
Or both, yeah. Yeah, ice, like I say, ice, and then like you could have a difficult room that's just ice and then like staircases and doorways. And it would genuinely take me so long.
Here's the second dungeon boss, this time obviously with Fire Rod, and the Tempest Sword goes down very quickly.
This is another advantage of having half magic. Like, if I had just regular magic, I would not have the nearly enough magic to Fire Rod that enemy, that boss.
But they wanted to kind of make it a bit... So the first Amos refight that we had ice physics flaw. This one just has like a turret that shoots you. It's kind of a
joke.
It's slightly annoying.
It's like annoying at best, but it's
It does make the room cycle based, but like it's the easiest cycle in the entire game.
Does the Moldorm fight have anything extra?
Larger pits.
Just different layout.
Yeah.
Different layout,
of the
less
whole
room.
Sten falling.
Hey.
No, that's in the regular.
Oh, that's in the regular one. My bad.
By making really quick work of these enemies, just using that Samaria in specific spots to hit like 2 or 3 of the casters at one time.
Yeah, Samaria to kill the Wiz Robes is really satisfying. Oh, I got
Yo, Wiz Robe.
Like the melee player?
Yeah.
So it's interesting too, kind of watching between the two. Sten utilizing the Fire Rod to light a bunch of the torches, whereas Violet would go for the lantern.
Yeah, and so Vi as a result, just on like a decent bit more mana here.
Yeah,
we get a full refill.
I'm getting a refill in a second anyway.
I do believe the Fire Rod does use more mana than
much more.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Fire Rod is like the expensive one, but it's also the thing where you're like, this is why I really want mana.
And it's also, like, it's kind of, it comes back to that sword beam thing we mentioned as well. Like, it is a way to light them from afar, so obviously the less time you have to spend. Or... No charity money for Sten.
I can't believe Sten hates charity.
There we go.
And Violet.
So we switched to the hook shot before killing the boss, because when the boss is in the exploding animation, you can't open the menu.
And by doing a trick there, so when you're pushing a block, you can actually hook shot over it while it's in motion, which just lets us skip a whole bunch of.
Let me
pushing.
go.
Oh god.
I love conveyor belts, nice physics, and enemies.
Let me out.
Here's Aghanim 2.
Oh, missed one, but Aghanim 2's
So there's
definitely harder to fight than Aga 1, but sort of less volatile in terms of.
The reason it's less volatile is the two clones, they always shoot the reflectable projectiles. It's just Aghanim himself who can give you the blue ones.
What is this?
Does the one that's shooting directly at real Aghanim count if you don't hit it?
I think it has
no.
to be bound.
You have to have hit it with the sword before it becomes useful.
What are those angles?
I'm getting kind of trolled.
This is awful. Oh my
God.
Please, this is like a 7 cycle.
And so I'm coming up on Ganon now. Hopefully he will cooperate.
I will donate $15 for any Ganon falls.
Oh god.
There we go.
That was literally the worst it could have possibly have gone. Like, they were just in such bad positions.
So here's the Ganon fight. Thankfully, they have the red mail at this point now, so they'll still be taking quite a bit of damage from
You're
Ganon.
just not going to get like destroyed
shot,
from
yeah.
orbit for looking at him funny.
And it's where we can really utilize the hook shot, especially during that spinning fire bat attack.
So that was actually really
That
clean.
was really clean, yeah.
Managed to get a 1 cycle on both phase 1 and phase 2 of
Now-
Ganon.
Before I start talking like I know what I'm saying, we are allowed to do the torch.
Yes.
Yep, okay, so I'll explain that in a second.
Oh, I missed the trident
Yeah.
spin.
Oh, Ganon was really nice with teleport, so he can warp around a bunch, and it's random how many times he'll warp before
Nice.
once that.
So what Sten did there is, if you light that left torch, as soon as it goes out, it means that the right one will never extinguish. Normally you have to balance keeping both of them alight, but that lets us just only have to keep one alight, which is great for conserving mana, but also it takes up less time.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for Violet there.
Yeah,
but we do have the fairies.
I missed the 1 cycle, which means that I'm a little bit, like, a little bit off tempo.
Yeah. And,
Oh, I forgot the torch.
Ganon does a lot of contact damage as well.
Yeah.
Like, that's the main thing we're looking out for. The fire bats and all that obviously suck to get hit by, but contact damage is going to be the big killer.
And that's the main reason we have the red mail, just because a hit in this fight does so much without it.
Yeah, and the really kind of punishing thing too is kind of very similar to Moldorm. When the floor breaks out on the edges, if you fall, you have to start this entire fight again from the like full health Ganon again, and it is rough.
He can
Fucking
warp up
nice.
to 8 times here, and
This will be time
Oh
for
my
Sten
God.
soon.
Yeah, time coming up. I'll call it out. It's like
Vi's getting destroyed by the teleport RNG.
as long as I don't walk off the edge, I'm fine. Time.
All right, Vi getting the torch split.
Yeah. So as mentioned earlier, you can you're only supposed to be able to damage Ganon in this phase with silver arrows, but just hitting him with a sword spin, right before he's about to teleport. Well, you're hitting him with the sword at all before he's about to teleport, but the sword spin is a good way of ensuring that it will hit. Because it just puts out...
yeah, you can technically slash him, but it becomes frame perfect if you do that.
It puts out a hitbox for longer.
Yeah.
Nice.
Whoa. Please don't fall.
A little dicey.
Yeah, it hits 2 more hits.
Yeah, so another thing kind of returning from the
One.
mod
Okay.
is if you fall off here...
One again.
Oh, okay. If you fall off, you have to redo the entire fight.
Yeah.
One more from
You must be
here.
very close now.
Oh, come on. Why
one-
is he not dead?
One more from here.
Probably 1 more, yeah.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Time coming
And,
up.
yeah, time will be...
Yes.
Again, please don't walk off the edge.
And
Time.
GG.
GG.
That was really close, actually.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty tight all the way through.
Yeah. No, that was really fun. That's Link to the Past. It's such a classic speedrun. Like, it's one of the earliest games that anyone ever tried to speedrun. If you haven't played this game, strongly recommend it. It's really, really fun casually, and it's like a great puzzle platformer, not platform, puzzle Metroidvania. There's also Randomizer, which makes the game like infinitely replayable. It's also like not the hardest run in the world. It might look a little intimidating, but like it's actually pretty well documented. Like there's a lot of beginner strats. It's really fun.
There's a lot of safeties,
Yeah.
A lot of safeties.
You will have seen several of them.
Yeah,
This run.
and it's just like a really fun run. I'd strongly recommend it. You can run any percent, which is like less than 5 minutes, and that's a lot of people's like first ever speedrun because it's so easy. I have a tutorial with ASM 2 years ago, I think. Maybe 1 year ago. So if you're curious about that, you could give that a try. But yeah, thanks so much for watching our race.
Yeah, thanks everyone in the crowd for watching. Thanks everyone for watching online.
Thank you, May and Kenora,
Thanks
for
for having
commentating.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We do what we do.
yeah, up soon Super Mario 64. So stay tuned or stay here for that.
For more change humps.
All right, thank you to Sten, Vi, and the couch. We do have $200 coming in from Chili Pepper that says, good luck to the runners and hope you're all having fun at PAX. Please put this towards the fearsome golden deer. And please add a belated, I am going to do this by myself, yes, the lumpy pumpkin from Chili Pepper. So thank you for that donation. Huge donation there. Thank you so much, Chili Pepper. We do have coming up next Super Mario 64 70-star run on the Nintendo 64 from Ninten. We are just getting set up, so please bear with us while we do. We are also going to have a change of hosts, so thank you very much for having me. I've been Chokochi. I will see you later on for some of the other runs coming up later. But coming up, we have Dactyly as your host. So thank you for having me. I'll see you later.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dact. I'm going to be your host for the next run. Just stay patient. We've got a treat coming up with Super Mario 64 by Ninten, running 70-star. Always a good run to watch, so stick around for that one. Oh, and we've just had a $20 donation come in from Chuti. Says, hi, Ninten. Good luck with the run, buds, and hope you get your voice back soon. Remember to blah, 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 Curse of Ra when we get to Desert Stage. Thank you very much for that. Just a reminder while we get set up for SM64 that we do have a couple of donation incentives coming up later this afternoon for Fire Emblem Three Houses. We've got the choice of the main character name, named Byleth. The currently in the lead is Mel Wright with $40. Ibis behind at 5. So if you do want to get a different name for Byleth in Three Houses, get a donation in for that. And then also to choose which house they're playing as. Currently, Golden Deer is in the lead by far on $215. Black Eagles is on 15 and Blue Lions on 0. So if you have a preference for that and it's not Golden Deer, you will probably need to get some money in soon. You can donate at donate.ausspeedruns.com. You can hit !donate in the Twitch chat if you're there, or you can head over to our desk on the right-hand side of the stage and donate in cash if you are here at PAX in person. All right, sounds like we are just about ready to get going with Super Mario 64. We'll pass it over to Ninten.